What's going on, everybody? Just wanted to do a quick video here on the Khari Jones firing as it was requested in the comment section of my most recent video. And so Khari Jones, who was the head coach of the Alouettes, he was just hired before the 2019 season. I think it was Mike Sherman that was the guy that was supposed to be the head coach of the 2019 season. He resigned a week before the season, and Khari Jones had to step in there and did a great job in 2019, bringing this team really to their best record in many years since the Anthony Calvillo era. I think they went 10-8, gone to the playoffs, lost in the first round of the playoffs, obviously, but then going into the 2021 season last year, there were a lot more expectations. They actually were a very high-performing team in a lot of statistical areas, such as total defense, interceptions. I believe they were first in both of those categories, first in scoring offense. But at the end of the day, they only finished 7-7 last year, losing in the playoffs in a very disappointing manner. And then there was also, when it happened last year in 2021, there was also Danny Maciocia, who was a longtime guy in the CFL, came out of the U Sports level in recent years, went to the University of Montreal, coached there for a number of years. He got hired on as GM in 2021, and he wasn't the guy that hired Khari Jones. And ever since that guy was hired, there was just this sentiment that there was a division between those two, that those guys never really saw eye to eye in terms of their long-time vision, especially when it comes to the team's quarterback, because everybody was seeing Khari Jones was seen as the guy that had Vernon Adams as his guy, and then Trevor Harris was seen as more of Danny Maciocia's guy. And lo and behold, this firing happens yesterday, and Danny Maciocia is going to step into the head coaching chair and do both jobs, GM and head coach, for this team now. And Maciocia has some experience from way back in the past. I think it was 2009 the last time he head coached in the CFL, and so it's been a while. The game has changed probably quite a bit since he's been the head coach of the CFL, so I'm very curious to see how he does. But at the end of the day, I don't really love this move for the Alouettes, to tell you the truth, because even though Khari Jones, I don't think he was a perfect head coach, and I think this team definitely has some discipline issues. I think that he did bring something to the table from an offense perspective. I think this guy could clearly coach offense, what they've been able to produce the last couple of years. I think it was more of just the detail things that were missing with this team, and yeah, you're free to criticize Khari if you want about that, but at the end of the day, I don't know if this was the right move to pull the trigger this early in the season, especially given that I think they've looked like the best of all the East teams so far this season. So ultimately, I don't know how I feel about this if I'm the Alouettes, how I feel about how confident I am about Danny Maciocia stepping into that head coaching chair after so long away. And it's going to be a very interesting rest of the season with the Alouettes. Obviously, what happens with the quarterback situation going forward? Is it Trevor Harris's team after he played poorly last week in Saskatchewan? I still think they're going to start Trevor Harris after the bye, but who knows what's going to happen with that situation going forward now that Maciocia is now in charge. Going to be very interesting to see. I'm really interested to see what Anthony Calvillo's role is with the team going forward. He was the quarterback's coach going into the season, and I don't think they named an offensive coordinator replacement, because Khari Jones did both the head coaching duties and the offensive coordinator duties. So it's going to be interesting to see if Calvillo is the guy that takes over the play calling duties, or is Maciocia himself going to do it. Going to be very interesting to see what happens with the Alouettes going forward. But ultimately, I'm very skeptical whether or not this move is going to provide a spark for this team, or whether it was even necessary, given the fact that we just saw Montreal beat Saskatchewan the previous week. Obviously, disappointment going into Saskatchewan and losing, but I didn't think it was the time to pull the trigger on a move like this. So we'll have to see how it works out for them. But ultimately, those are just my thoughts on the situation. Hope everyone enjoyed this short little video, everybody, and hope everyone enjoys the games this weekend. Should be a good one. Beautiful day out here today, recording in the backyard. So I hope everyone has a great weekend, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.